could be so common because we're only one of less than 1% of the whole world that's already in Stellar. So what they had to do is they had to create a system to on-ramp everybody else in the world who is not in Stellar in this very easy, methodical, programmatic way. And so what they're doing is they're creating these anchors that are actually able to create accounts for other people. And this protocol will tie into SEP 7, 16, 30, and 31, which we'll describe shortly. And so that's really important to know because that means that a lot of our friends and our family who don't believe in Stellar right now will not have to go through the same hurdles, the same obstacles that you and I have faced as the beta testers of the ecosystem. Also, on top of that, part of the protocol talks about how some of these wallets that are bringing the assets over into Stellar can only have an exchange happen once for their currency. So once an exchange is made, that wallet is now, or that anchor rather, is now obsolete, and they cannot keep exchanging back and forth. So again, guys, that's another proof right there that everything comes into Stellar and it does not go out of Stellar. And then also this last point right here talks about how for a lot of these, not only can we only have one swap exchange, but it also programmatically says that you cannot withdraw those tokens either. So again, guys, more evidence that you can't take it off. But this one also ties interestingly into KYC AML. So I was able to confirm with Ben from Stellar Russia team that if people do not pass their KYC, they actually get blacklisted. Their wallets will be blacklisted and it'll fall under criminal activity. And so that'll actually prevent them from withdrawing or even transferring assets to other wallets. So that's also very interesting to know. So St. John, do you want to add anything to this one?
Yeah, it also ties into SEP 24.
Yes.
It
Big one.
also, but one of the biggest things is that, I mean, all that is huge, but this is going to be seamless to the end user because it's allowing the SEP, one of the things that this whole SEP does is it allows you to be inside of your app, talk to an anchor that is outside of the app, and not leave the app that you're in. So you're in Lobster and you need to send money or do some kind of transaction to somebody that's off chain or that's an anchor. And it allows you to stay inside of the app and not have to leave it and go to another web page or another app or anything like that. So it's pretty neat.
Yeah. And we'll talk about that again in SEP 24 because St. John's right. SEP 6 and SEP 24 are very, very similar. One is just a little bit more manual and 24 is a little bit more automated in the system. Okay, so SEP 7, I'll talk less about this one because this one I think can be covered much more easily with, shorter phrases. But essentially what this is they're starting to create all of these uniform, they're called URI, Uniform Resource Identifier. And that way there's no ambiguity to what's going on in the matrix. But more importantly, as they create these URIs, it also ties into the applications that they're going to be programmed to holding your secret keys. And so that way they're going to start to be able to create these third-party systems that does all the work for us. And those systems will still be tied in through quantum governance back into the Stellar blockchain. And so the 4 criteria for that is they had to be open, decentralized, standardized, secure, and future-proof. And so again, another good example of this is literally your satellite crypto wallets, your biometrics, and your quantum key distribution. And so if I jump down to the bottom of it where it says callback, so this entire massive blurb of a paragraph right there, all it really means is, again, guys, confirmation that if people are trying to do a transfer and they get hit with a callback error, that means the transaction has paused. And what they're doing is most of the time, they're going to try to re-KYC you. And if they're unable to KYC you, that's when you start being flagged for a suspicious wallet. And eventually, if you are suspicious for too long, it becomes a blacklisted wallet. So they're